I am so happy to have you here. I would love, love, love to speak about high sensitivity and something that really is coming up a lot right now for me and for a lot of people that I'm talking to. And that is this feeling of not being, I don't know how to even phrase it. It's not that we're like diagnosed as someone who is sick with HSP, but it is used as a flaw still. And it's like, oh, don't be too sensitive, or don't make a fuss out of it, or you need to grow thicker skin is still so present. So even though it's not communicated as like, oh, there's something wrong, I feel a lot of people have been socially conditioned to think so. And even within, I did a lot of research over the last weeks on this, even within the community of coaches for highly sensitive people or people who are just informing you about what that actually means to be highly sensitive. Ah, it's something that's not working. There is this underlying energy, and if you're highly sensitive, you'll know because you can pick it up of like, oh, let's fix this. Let's heal from it. Let's be in the self-development space, which is not necessarily bad, but I just want to address that there's this underlying, there's something wrong that you need to fix. There's something that is the puzzle piece that you've missed with how you feel challenged in the world. There's like something that is not in the right place. And I'm a little bit pissed off by that, but also I'm actually wondering how one sensitive person can do that to another when it's actually so clear that what that does to us, the way that we are impacted by so many things is, yeah, challenging, but also please be mindful about what you do to others in that sense. And also, the exact opposite is true. And that's where I want to go today, not dwelling within, hello, so good to see you again. Thank you, Tika. I want to go in this empowering side of high sensitivity where we can not only look at this very well explored part of like something that's challenging. We need a lot of time to decompress. That might make us people pleasers or empath without boundaries or whatever comes up. But the opposite is also so very true, which is you have a lot of data. You have a lot of information accessible to you because of your sensitivity. And it's also a wonderful opportunity to thrive because of all the things you notice, because of all the things you see. And I have become aware more and more over the last weeks and months of how much a community and a space where we feel safe, feel seen, feel supported on every level you can imagine, how much this helps someone who is that sensitive to the environment and everything that is kind of going on, helps us thrive even more because of the even more that we see. And I think that is something really very beautiful, and that is something to wrap our heads around as much as our hearts around, and realize like, how cool. I have an opportunity to thrive even more because of that sensitivity, because of everything I feel, because of everything I get that other people haven't even spoken about. But I get it before they have even entered the room. I've just read a quote by someone on Instagram in that like highly sensitive space. And she said, like, I know you before you even walked in. And I feel that's quite a beautiful way of putting it. Not to say, like, I know you better, but like, I already felt your energy. I already felt parts of your soul, the intention that you're walking in, the like vibe that you're in right now, that you chose to be in. So it's just a lot of data. And the way that I love to relate to this is like a language. Imagine if you are learning a new language. My son is trying to learn Thai, which for a European is quite a thing because it's so different from everything. So that is an overwhelming thing. And we're barely able to remember 2 words at one time because it's just like, what? And the brain explodes. And that, for me, is the same way that we can relate to sensitivity. It is quite a complicated language when you start tuning in at first. But then the more you do tune in, it unfolds a beauty and a richness and so much information. And if you think about language and about poetry, about art, how beautiful is that richness? Or phrased differently, how dull would writing be, would books be, would art be, if there would be only one way to express things? If you can only find one way to express the beauty of nature or the way you feel, it's like good or bad. There's an infinite amount of words for how you feel that are in between this like black and white of good or bad, for example. And that is part of the beauty of life. In the same way it is with sensitivity, where we do have a lot of words, we do have a lot of feelings, we do notice a lot of like what is going on, and that is making our world richer. And I think that's something that we can actually remember each other more often, because it is such an empowering feeling. It's such an empowering way of thinking of the sensitivity, even if it's not you we're talking about, but someone in your closest circle. Maybe a partner, maybe your child, maybe your boss, whatever, whoever it is. If there's someone in your world that you feel like they are that sensitive and sometimes that's annoying, then that's a perspective to think about. That's a perspective to embrace, to say like, oh, cool. Maybe that is the biggest gift that that person can gift me as someone who is in the mirroring of them, and vice versa. Like, what can I learn from that person, and how can we thrive together? How can we make our experience even more beautiful because of that gift, because of that language that person speaks, or if it's you yourself, because of that language that you speak? Like, how can you actually feel empowered about it? And that was what sparked this live that I've rarely done over the last time, to like really remind you that there's also the possibility of feeling so empowered with all of the gifts of recognition and empathy, and like really getting things on a much deeper layer, on a much deeper level, and also all multiple layers, than maybe someone else who's not that sensitive. And both are fine, and it needs both parts. But I feel we can come together in society as well as in community in a way where we appreciate the gifts of the other and actually thrive with them, and not go into the comparison game to say like, well, that's different from mine, so I don't kind of get it, I don't like it, so let's draw a boundary here. When we can also lean into like, cool, how's that feeling for you? What do you get? What did you get that maybe I don't get? And get curious about that. And you can do the same thing for yourself as you can do with someone else. It's like, okay, what do I get right now? While I'm filming this, I am very aware, to make this specific, that there's someone um, caring for the lawn outside, that there's the weather is changing, that there is a lot of wind, that I have forgotten to close a window. So I hear all of this much more, that the flowers are blooming already, and that I have a meeting in about 25 minutes. and I have no idea how long I want to talk here. And that is just a fraction of all things that I'm noticing while I'm on here live. We can talk about light, sound, emotions. We haven't even started. So it's infinite, and that is beautiful. And I feel, especially in the spiritual community, especially in the manifestation community, we always talk about abundance and manifestation and all of the things. I'm noticing my phone is buzzing while I am on with you. So just let me know what you can, all of the things that you're noticing all the time. But back to what I actually wanted to say, that we can find a way to see that abundance in the way we process things with the sensitive gifts, because it's an abundance of information that is actually there. And that's a neutral observation. That's not good or bad. That's not challenging or beautiful. It is just there. And then you can decide to do with this whatever you want to do. And it's your choice. So always coming back, always circling back to that empowerment that you have. I feel I'm going to talk about this lots more, because the more I dive deep into the way we function as a society and how much it is meant to kind of be a world of functioning rather than individual expression, the more I feel it is necessary to remind all of ourselves. And statistically, if we want to go into this, it's between 15 and 20% of the population that could identify themselves as highly sensitive. So that's quite a huge amount of people that we're talking about, that could live in a more empowered way, that could thrive together. And that's the second part that I want to come to today, because the mere fact that sensitive people thrive so much more, blossom so much more in supportive community is stunning on its own. There is kind of like this effect of the extremes going in both ways. Like if you're not in a supportive environment as a highly sensitive, it might be much more challenging. But if you are in a supportive environment, then it's much more beautiful. There's much more potential available because there's much more data available. And I really want to invite you to think about, how's your environment feeling for you right now? Is it supportive? Have you made it supportive? Are there places, people, plants, pets, I don't know, in your life that you actually know they're more draining right now for you than supportive? Yes, no, it's just a neutral question to ask, to become aware. It's not about you need to do something immediately. It's just like kind of learning to notice what is happening in your environment, and it is, if it is actually as supportive as you want it to be. If yes, like, oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? Keep it, grow it, nurture it, like 10x your gratitude about it. And if it's not, then what do you miss? Like, what do you need? What is your soul calling for, so that you feel supported, so that you feel that you can thriving? And for me, I realized, but it took quite a long time because it was running so unconsciously, that I actually love being around people. I've always identified myself as an introvert and as someone who like needs to retreat, kind of the hermit mode, to recharge. And part of that is true, but I love people. I love being in community with people that are heart open, that are full of like beautiful energy and inspiring energy, and then I like loving life. And that gives me so much fuel. I never have thought that it could be such a beautiful anchor to not only be understood, but also just, quote unquote, be witnessed in all the facets that I have and all the things that like society might not be within the normal range. But if you have people who are supportive no matter what, then what is the normal range anyway? Then it's just about who you are and a space where you can non-judgmentally be that way. And I actually, that they are out there. Yes, I haven't found one where I really wanted to, where I really felt called to engage long term. And recently realized that is because I've meant to build my own, which is a very funny joke from the universe, but that's what I did. So I'm very proudly presenting the Sensitive Leaders Collective to you right now and in the future, because I wanted to build a space where people can get all that, what I've always missed but never was even able to articulate, which is non-judgmental space, which is support from people you might have never physically met, but who are cheering you on with whatever you do and however long you take or however short you take, however confident you are or how much you're lacking confidence right now, it doesn't matter. It's about your intention and your presence of showing up and being there, being witnessed, being in community with women, with people who get you. Mind blowing. So that's what we're building within the Sensitive Leaders Collective. I can't wait to see this community thriving. We already have very beautiful, very inspiring, very talented people in it, and it will grow and grow and grow. And I'm so excited for that. So the community is hosted on School. We'll do regular meetings, which are called shift sessions, where you just come with whatever you have right now. Could be a challenge, it could be something that you notice in your day where like, oh, I don't know what to do with this, or like I'm pissed off by this. Can you help me reframe? Like, what do you think? Can you even give me your thoughts? Or just like, I need a place to let this go of. So I want to share. And then that's enough for me right now. I don't even want advice. I know how to do it better. Or I just want to like get it out of myself in a healthy way. So that's one part. Then there's a part of collaboration and connection, because all of us kind of work towards the same goal, aren't we? Which is making the world a better place, as cheesy as it sounds, and feeling more safe and more happy and more surrounded by love as individuals. And for that, there's so much we can do together. There's so many sparks that we can like build a fire out of together, where you can find someone you can do a podcast with, or the next workshop, or just kind of brainstorm to see like, what's where I want to go, or that's what I want to build. Like, what are your thoughts? And have someone who actually gets you and cheers on you is maybe the greatest gift that I've ever found in with all of the women that I've been in contact with or working with or being coached by. Is this, I see you, I believe in you so much more than maybe you yourself do, and I'm here for you with whatever happens in your life. So that's kind of the idea. And then there's so many ideas for workshops and like peer advocacy, where we like cheer on each other so that the other one gets the job that they want. So yeah, there's lots of ideas. We're in the baby phase of the Sensitive Leaders Collective, but already like it's juicy. So I would love to invite you into it if you're still here, if you're listening and feeling like, wow, cool, that's something that I would love to be part of. That's something that I would love to explore, where I finally find the people that maybe unconsciously I was searching for a long time. And I had no idea where and why and how. We're here. The community is hosted on School. It's a membership for only 11 euros per month. You can cancel anytime, no strings attached, no questions asked. But for the time that you're here, I am so happy you are. We will cheer you on a lot. I will support you in every way I can in there. And I can't wait to meet you, to meet your magic, and to see what we can create together. So I'll put the link in the description after I've ended this live. And come join, see if it fits you. Let me know any questions if there are ones. Like, just let me know where you are energetically, like what's going on in your life, and maybe there's a way that we can work together, spend time together, thrive together, create something beautiful together. Very curious, very open, very excited for that. And with that, I'm letting you go for now. Like, have some breath before my next meeting. That actually is for the collective. So I can wait to join in there. And I'm seeing you soon, hopefully, within the Sensitive Leaders Collective. Link below. Send me any questions you have. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.